Aloha, this is Kim. Welcome to my channel, Eye in the Sky. I'm jumping on today to share a few things. I recently received some happy mail, and in one very special and specific instance, a happy delivery. So my friend Joanne, also known as Junk Journal Joanne on YouTube and on her Etsy page, well, she was recently here with her husband visiting their son who lives and works out here in Hawaii. And her sister-in-law and brother-in-law also came with them. And so my husband Ray and I were able to meet up with them last week for brunch. And it was really nice to meet her in real life after we've been communicating, by text and messages within, YouTube and email and all of that. And just a really nice family. She presents exactly the same way she is on YouTube. Very funny, very nice, just very easy to talk to and approachable. So I'm so grateful to have been able to meet her. And so being the paper creatives that we are, of course, we're going to exchange some happy mail, some, happy delivery goodies. And so I put together some things that I thought she could use in her travel journal for Hawaii, because she had mentioned she was going to be making one. And so I found some papers and some stickers and postcards, just little things that I thought she might be able to use. And then she gives me this pouch, which I want to say is a Valentine's pouch from the Dollar Tree. And Joanne, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but how cute is this? Because I could always use it to gift a Valentine's junk journal in it, because you can pull up the drawstring and use it as part of that presentation of a junk journal. So excited about that. So cute. And so when I first pulled everything out, because of course I pulled everything out before, and then, being the person I am, put them all back together because I definitely wanted to share. But I almost screamed when I saw this, because she recently uploaded some paper bag tutorials on her channel just before she came on her trip. And I had started to make one, and it's always a really good idea. Yes, the tutorials are always really good. The creatives on YouTube always put out really good tutorials, easy to follow, and then they do flip throughs, and you can look at the pictures on their blog sometimes and really get a good idea of how to make it. But there is always the best way to be able to replicate their efforts with your own style and flair is to actually have one of their journals, be able to purchase it so you can study it. And so in this case, I was just so happy to get it, because not only is it unbelievably beautiful and amazing, but now I can actually study it and do better, with my paper bag tutorials, especially if I ever wanted to show someone else how to do it. So I'm going to start with this, with all the goodies that were in the pouch, because, it was in the front. It made me the most excited. Anyway, I think it's so, it's just so precious, because this is beautiful paper, first of all. And you've got butterflies and flowers, and, it looks really, vintage, antique-ish. And then she went and added this tie-dyed piece of fabric, which I'm going to say, I think it's muslin, to this journal. And it actually is glued under the paper in the back part of it so that it's part of the journal. But in her tutorial and in her paper bag journal share, she actually also had some with just that you just tie ribbon around and you can easily remove it. It doesn't have to actually be attached, but this is a great way to do it. And she's glued it here, but you could also attach it by sewing around this entire piece of paper that's on the paper bag, and that would also be a different way to do it as well. But as you can see, it is a one signature journal. It's a 2-hole pamphlet stitch. She used a lunch size or small size paper bag, and these are things that you can find at Walmart, and that's where I found mine. But the bigger sizes, I think you have to probably find on Amazon, or at least I couldn't find it here in the Walmart. So I'm working with this smaller size, which is why, again, just so happy to have this to be able to study it. And so right here, when you open it, you've got a little pocket straight away, which is the opening of the bag, of course. And then you have things that, well, space you can stick things in. And in this case, you put some cut aparts from, it looks like scrapbook paper. So all with the butterfly sort of theme going on, and then just a color cardstock that goes with the papers that are on the journal. So that's a little tuck spot for a little opening surprise there. And then of course continuing with the pretty vintage antique paper. And I mean, again, I really think this is a beautiful paper with the butterflies and the roses. And you know, continuing to the back here, and even in the middle, it's got the same kind of paper, and these are stamps. So very much the junk journal dream right here. She used some scrap paper here, and again, like I said, this is a one signature journal, so it's perfect for just like a little memento of a trip. For instance, you know, if you wanted to do like a weekend trip that you went on, this would be a perfect way to remember it, because you could stick pictures in here. You could stick little the receipts of places that you ate or spent time at, and then you know, you could add your pictures in and journal about them and things like that. So of course she added enough, there is enough space for writing and pasting pictures and adding little pieces of junk journal ephemera, if you will, to the different pages, these pretty scrapbook pages that go so well with it coordinates the designer paper so well. And I just really love it. This is going to be so great. This is a coloring page, and of course just a really nice way to document a small event, you know. Really love it. A big event too if you wanted to, because this is pretty significant as far as the amount of pages that you have to document something. Okay, so that is the paperback journal. Just so happy to get that, and I'm gonna not tie this on screen because it's gonna look like I'm making a mess of it. So, but just to tie it so that it looks prettier. And then some other things that were in this pouch, just some notepad paper that this would be perfect for a summer journal for sure. And then another piece of probably from a pad of paper like this, artist palette, paint palette. So very cute, very nice to have in an art journal or any kind of journal really. And then she found these cards and put them in there. We had a conversation before she came about my favorite color, and I said it was blue, like royal blue, but I like all the blue hues. And so this is a blue hue, not that that's the reason she gave me this card, but you know, there's the butterfly theme going on, and so it matches the junk journal, so it's something that I could use in there if I wanted to. But it's a note card with an envelope if I was going to use it for that purpose as well. And then this is one of those like while you were out message sheets, and I just thought this would be perfect for like an 80s journal, because unicorn, I always think of Lisa Frank and her stickers and supplies, pencils, and folders that were very prevalent in the 80s and 90s. Kind of made me think of her when I saw the word unicorn. But how cute is that? You could stick that as in a little space for whoever's getting that journal to use to record, you know, memories. I mean, you don't even have to use just that part. You could write something on the back as well. And then there's napkins. I have a friend, Martha, who lives in California, and she comes out here for a week at a time so that we can to create things. But I've been talking to her a lot about my junk journal journey, and so she's been bringing me napkins as well that don't only have to be used in the junk journal, art journal, glue book world, but to create other things as well, which she showed me while she was here. And so when she comes out and stays with me for the week, we usually have a lot of projects that we're trying to get done as well. So there's that. And then this is another note card. This one is a thanks so much. And it's always good to have thank you cards, because sometimes you're looking for one and you can never find one. So thank you, Joanne, for these thank you cards, because I don't always have them on hand, and then you're like rushing around trying to find one or going to the store. Where now I have starting a little collection of them, so it's perfect. So there's this card, mushrooms, love a mushroom moment. So this is a blank note card, which I love so much. And then there's this thank you card also, which would be cute to use in any journal as well, but nice to have for the moment when you need one. And this is really cute because this is speaking right to my writer's soul right here with the typewriter, and then this red metallic heart, just so sweet. Love this kind of blank note card because you really could use it for anything. And then I love this pineapple with the sunglasses. I thought it was a postcard at first, which you could totally make into a postcard, but it's a really nice image to have. Very summer junk journal vibes there. And then you have this mushroom ephemera, and there's a little bit of a texture, which you probably can't really see well on the camera, but a little bit of a texture, and it's so cute. It's a little bit, what do I want to say? It's shiny. It has a little bit of a sparkle. Really cute. Use it in any kind of journal, again, maybe a fall journal for the mushroom moment. And then here's a donut give up, because I mean, hello, it's a donut. It's a good saying. Some of us really need practical advice, so I can appreciate this for sure. Love it. And then these stickers, so great, because you've got these, well, the shaker element of it, right? Who doesn't love a shaker element? And some of the sayings here: anything is possible. You are living your story, which I think is really key to creating junk journals and glue books, because even though we create them and then we're going to sell them to other people, gift them to other people, really, because we made it, it's our story is sort of imbued into the journal, the book itself. And so when we pass it on, now it's becoming your journal. You're living, that's your story. And so it's a combination of creatives, which I think is a really nice thought. So these stickers, very special, very cute. Loving, again, just the shaker element. I mean, you could kind of sit here all day and just play with this. It's really cute. And I love that they used the different colors in those stickers. So these are going to be fun to use. And then this is envelopes, 3 different sizes. And again, good to have, because I'm always thinking when I'm watching tutorials or flip throughs, like, oh, where did I get those envelopes? Which I'm sure you can find on YouTube. I mean, YouTube, hello, on Amazon, but YouTube too, if somebody's using it. But just having the different sizes, very helpful. This is, what do they call this? The slim card design. This is probably that perfect size envelope for that. But also in a junk journal, right? You could put it on, this would actually be for probably a more sizable journal, but you could put that there and tuck something in, like a tag or whatever. So that's going to be really good to use in any journal. And again, 3 different sizes. And then look at this lunch bag. Okay, so this is a pink and white striped lunch bag, which would maybe is going to be the first bag junk journal that I actually finish. And here I am. Look at that. I'm getting it. And so I'm going to try to play around with this and see what I can come up with, because how perfect is that? I already know what paper I could use for this, because I have a ton of scrapbook paper. That would be perfect, but that's what I'm going to use that for. But you could, I could also use this for treating someone else to some happy meal or something, right? It's a packaging, so nice. So, but yeah, I'm going to use that for a junk journal. And then I just want to, this is not what obviously Joanne brought with her from home, but this is from the hotel that they stayed at, the Halikoa here in Waikiki. And I never thought about doing this, which it's weird, should have, but every hotel has their own little stationery. When you think about it, they've always got a little pad out. In the times before, you know, probably the 60s, the 50s, 40s, going back, they actually had stationery in the desk drawers of hotels with envelopes, so you could actually write home. And I never really dawned on me, and I've stayed in a lot of hotels, never thought to grab the stationery from it. But, you know, 50 years from now, one of my grandkids is going to come across this and say, oh shoot, I'm going to use this in my junk journal because grandma would. Anyway, so I just thought I wanted to share that as well, because everything has the potential to be in a junk journal, right? Every piece of paper that comes into your life has that potential, and that's something that I learned from Joanne as well. So yeah, every little thing, and this is a perfect example of that. So that again came from Joanne, and then I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, Joanne. And then the happy mail I received from 3 different women actually, and I follow Leah Green on her YouTube channel Thrifty Day and on her Patreon, and she has a Patreon channel, Patreon membership page. I don't even, you know, you get on these videos and you start recording and then you lose words. I don't know. So she has a Patreon, Leah does, and one of the things that she did in there recently was a postcard swap that I wanted to be a part of, but I didn't sign up in time. But I had put my name and address in some of those chat little text messages that were going out, and so these 3 women must have seen it, and then they sent me postcards anyway, which I am so grateful for. So I wanted to just share that with you. This one right here is from Rachel Jern in Indiana, and who couldn't use a rainbow postcard? And it's so cheery, you know, all the highs and hellos. And this was the first postcard I received after I had put my address out there, even though it wasn't in the exact swap. They actually sent me this postcard. She sent me this postcard, and I just feel so grateful. So thank you, Rachel, for that. And this next one is from Jill Belarins in Michigan. And look at this cute card from Michigan. Love it. And there's a lot of fruit here. There's blueberries and cherries, grapes and apples. And so, Michigan, are you famous for your fruit? I mean, that's awesome. I love cherries. So that came from her, which is so cute. So thank you, Jill. And then this one came from Kay Grabowski. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. Let me just double check here. Grabowski in South Carolina. And this, look at this amazing postcard, which is very much giving you some snapshots of, you know, life in South Carolina, which I love. And this was, again, from that swap, the postcard swap that was part of Thrifty Day's Patreon thing that was going on. And she sent this in a regular envelope, and so that she could add this packet of stickers, which so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna share that. Maybe I'm gonna use this as background. Oh, maybe I can use this so that you could see it really well. Well, of course, no explanation there. That's a panda. My daughter loves pandas. This is a sticker that says you're worth it. Oh, that's so sweet. And love that. And all of these really good to use in junk journals, or really in anything. Even if you're writing a letter, that would be perfect. This says, be the reason someone smiles today. Practical advice, love it. Some of us really need that. And then I'm gonna cheat in here and take out the Hello Kitty sticker, because who doesn't love a Hello Kitty moment? And then you've got these little, this is a teddy bear, and I want to say like with a kitten. Am I getting this, or is that a cat with a kitten? It looks like a teddy bear to me, but let's make that clearer. I'll take this off. And I mean, how cute is that? And just some male themes there. And then I want to say this is a rabbit, right? Because this rabbit's fishing with a carrot. You see that? It's got to be a rabbit, right? And then this is a mermaid rabbit. So merbit, I don't know. That probably doesn't sound right. And then anyway, so cute. These are so adorable. So thank you. Thank you, Kay, for these stickers and for the postcard, for including this in just a very special Happy Mail. So I do want to say that when I got these postcards, I had already thought, I'm lost out. I'm not part of the swap. Then I received these postcards and thought, well, now I've got to reciprocate. And I started working on my own postcard, like a vintagey postcard to send back. And of course it's upside down. So I didn't design this. I got this off a digital download, but it's cute because again, it's got the snapshots from, you know, life in Hawaii. It says greetings from Hawaii. The color though is off because I think I'm running out of one of my colors on my printer, so I need to get that replaced. The other problem I was having is the size, because look at this. If this is a regular size postcard, that's just not okay. Because first of all, I would have to, you know, the post office is gonna think, what is this girl trying to get away with? Sending, you know, postcard postage. So that wasn't gonna work. And then, so too large. And then I was feeling a little bit like Goldilocks here, because then it was too little. And that was also not gonna work. So working on that. I was. And then now I actually found some retro Hawaii postcards when I was out shopping yesterday. And so I'm gonna actually use those instead to send to Kay and Jill and Rachel, because they were so sweet to send me the cards, even though I wasn't part of the swap. And I believe I was the only one from Hawaii. I would have been the only one from Hawaii if I had gotten my information in on time. And so I hope sending you my postcard from Hawaii is gonna allow you to have all 50 states, because that was kind of the goal with this swap. Okay, so those are coming. And again, thank you very much. Thank you, Joanne, for sharing those treats with me. And I will be trying to finish some journals and upload them here on the channel so that I can share them with you. But otherwise, I want you to have a beautiful day. And as we say here in Hawaii, for hello and goodbye, aloha and mahalo.